Hello, hope you're having a great day today. Today we're going to be in section 5 in your textbook. We're going to add and subtract rational expressions, which means you need to be, basically your prerequisite skill is that you can add and subtract fractions. Okay, so and then the other thing that we'll do with this is simplify complex fractions. In other words, how do I deal with a fraction on top of a fraction? Okay, so basically your notes here right here are just going to be three examples, an addition, a subtraction, and a complex fraction. And then in class tomorrow, we'll do quite a few of these quick checks together to make sure we get off on good solid footing. Hope you're having a great day, and here we go. Okay, so if I want to simplify this guy, okay, first of all, I have to basically know how, you got to know how to factor. Okay, so first thing I look at is over here on the left in this denominator. I have a 3 in there. Okay, I know I can run a tic-tac-toe board, but the first thing I should do is write this as 3 times quantity x squared plus 7x uh, plus 10. Okay, kind of break this down a little bit. And over here, I've got 4x over 3 quantity x plus 5. All right. And basically, the first step in all these is you're going to uh, go ahead and factor everything out so you can see what all the pieces are in the denominator. It's like a little puzzle, okay? So now I've got this becomes 1 over 3 times, breaks into x plus 2, x plus 5. And over here, nothing changes. Okay, so now my denominator consists of 3 pieces. I've got a 3, I've got an x plus 2, and I've got an x plus 5. Okay, those are all represented in the second part of the denominator, or not all, but these 2 pieces are, but there's nothing new in the second part of the denominator is what I should have said. Okay, so now my common denominator is 3 times x plus 2 times x plus 5. Okay, and now the way I like to think of this is you need to, just like when you're multiplying to add fractions together, you have to basically say, well, what's missing? Okay, and this guy over here on the left, nothing is missing, so I just need to rewrite the 1. Okay, plus, okay, 4x is over 3 times x plus 5. What's missing? Well, there's an x plus 2 missing. That is missing. Okay, so I need to multiply that 4x times x plus 2, so I get 8x uh, squared, right? Oh, excuse me, sorry, wrong direction there. 4x times x, I apologize, 4x squared, and then 4x times 2. There you go. All right. So now that's your answer. That's all you really have to do. Okay. Now I'm just going to clean this up a little bit and rewrite this as the top is 4x squared plus 8x plus 1. Doesn't matter if I can factor that, or I mean, that's sufficient. Okay, and then on the bottom, you can write it as chopped up pieces, or you can go ahead and go back up to the very top and say, okay, I can write that as 3x squared plus 21x plus 30. Either of those are fine. Okay, that's addition. Okay, so the main things are factor the denominators, find a common denominator, and then multiply by what's missing. All right, so I had 3 steps to write down. One is factor denominators. 2, multiply by what's missing. And then simplify. Okay, And subtraction is going to be no different. Okay, so let's do a practice problem, basically a subtraction problem here. Okay, so now this, so 2x, let's see, how does this guy go? So we got 2x over, let's go ahead and factor. So we get x minus 3, x plus 1, right? And minus 3 times 4 quantity x plus 1. Yay, that's good. So basically, this thing has 4 pieces. It has an x minus 3, an x plus 1, a 4, and an x plus 1. Okay? So basically, um, what I want to do here is say, okay, there's x plus 1 in both of these. Okay? So my common denominator out here becomes 4 times the x minus 3 times the x plus 1. Now everything is represented in my denominator. Okay, so my denominator is perfect there like that. So now we have to multiply by what's missing on the top, and we will be done. So this guy is missing a 4, right? This denominator is missing a 4. So if I multiply on the bottom by 4, then I have to multiply the top by 4. So I get 8. This guy, this denominator is missing a x minus 3. So I need to multiply the negative 3 by, so I'll just do this down here, negative 3 times x minus 3. So we can see this clearly as minus 3x plus 9. Minus 3x plus 9. Okay. And now we're basically done except for the simplification. So now I'm going to write this as, oh, I forgot my x here. So 8x. So I got 8x minus 3x is 5x plus 9 over, again, I can combine these together or not. It doesn't really, there's no reason not to write this as 4x minus 3, x plus 1. If you want to see the quadratic that it is, you multiply it all together. Okay? So addition and subtraction are really no different. Okay? They're the same idea. You just have to be careful with this sign right in here. Obviously, you have to be careful that you take that. It's a minus for this whole thing right here. Whatever the 3 and anything that went after it, it would be negative. Okay? Last thing that we're going to do is, so we've added and subtracted. Let's go ahead and simplify complex fractions. Okay? Now, this visually is a lot worse than it actually is. Okay? It looks really bad. Okay? Looks bad, but it's not bad. Okay? It's really not bad because you're really going to break this up into 2 problems. You're going to have this guy and this guy. Okay? You're going to look at the numerator and denominator very separately. Okay, to start. That's the biggest piece of advice I can give you is take the numerator and denominator and look at them separately. So if I had to add those 2 on the top, I would create a like denominator. The like denominator on the top would be x times y. Okay, there's x times y. So the top would now be, okay, what's missing? 1 over x is missing a y. So y, and the plus 1 over y is missing an x in his denominator. So I need to multiply 1 times x. And now that's your new numerator. If you were adding those fractions like we just previously did, the skill we just, you have this skill, 1 over x plus 1 over y, your common denominator would be xy. So this first piece here would be missing a y in the denominator, so multiply 1 by y. This is missing an x, so multiply 1 by x. Okay? All right. Let's do the same thing with the denominator. I'll do that in black. I'll go ahead and make this, again, heavy, big top-bottom lines here just to keep everything straight. And now, again, xy is the common denominator here. So, okay. And now I've got 2 times x is missing minus 1 times y is missing. Okay, you don't need to write 1y there. And at this point in the year, hopefully we all know how to proceed from here. Y plus x over xy times flip my denominator. Okay. All right, so now, sorry about that, we're back to something we're comfortable with, something we did in section 4, multiplying an expression together. So xy cancels, and I get grand total of, make sure I got my numbers right here, we've got um, y plus x, or x plus y, doesn't matter, however you write it, over 2x minus y. Okay? So there are your 3 examples that you need. You need to be able to add, you need to be able to subtract, and you need to be able to simplify complex fractions. Again, these are all expressions. You notice there's no real uh, x equals or y equals. We're not solving for anything or anything like that. All we're doing is taking expressions and simplifying them. Okay? I hope you're having a great day, and I hope this helps, and we'll work on this tomorrow in class, and we'll see you then. Thanks.